Happy Thursday. All right. So at this point of the day, you should have already completed most of everything that you see up here. Okay. You should have already done your read aloud. You should have already completed every assignment that has a flag beside it. And you should have gone to all of your groups and watched the videos. Okay. So now we're down here where it says 14.4 social studies Market Day Project Based Assessment PBA. So, this is what we're going to be doing for social studies for the next week Thursday, Friday, and then all of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday of next week. Okay. This PBA stands for project, the B stands for based, and the A stands for assessment. And what it really is, boys and girls, it is just doing a project instead of a test. Okay. So, we just finishing up our unit on economics. So, let's open this up and see what we have. When you click on it, this is what you'll see. It starts off to talk about finishing our unit on economics and having to do a PBA. So those are the words that we see in the beginning. As we finish our unit on economics, you will be completing a market day project or PBA. Today, you are working on the planner portion, which is page 4. Remember that. Today, we're working on page 4. Now, we have to look at some other things, but our work is really only on page 4. So, we need to read and follow the directions to the PBA very carefully. But first, you would have to watch the video about a young boy who started his own business. So, on your own time, I'm going to need you to click back and watch that video. Okay. And it's really, really interesting because I want you to know that I know we're doing a project, but there really are kids out there who have their own business. But it starts off with what we're doing. It starts off with the idea and a good plan. Okay. And a plan that's well thought out. So let's see. We can maybe have a few young business people in our class. Now, we need to make sure that we do not push submit until we have completely finished the whole assignment. It says this is a multi-day assignment, so you should not be pushing submit today. So remember that it's just like with our research paper. We did not press submit until we finished. Okay, the same thing will be with this. We will not press submit, we will not press share until we get to the very end. Now let's take a look at those purple words. Now, in order to find this assignment in the future, you will be able to go to your Google Drive and find it in your quick access at the top of your drive, or you can type in the name of the assignment in the search bar, third grade history market day. So simply what that means, and by this point with working with the research paper, you should pretty much know how to do this. But it simply means that when it's time to get your project again, you can open up a new tab, just like you see me doing. You can click over here. Right there is what's called your waffle. Okay. And then you click on that. Now, if I don't know about you, but I already have my Google Drive down there. But when you click on the waffle, that triangle is your Google Drive. What it does, it holds all of your work, your Google work there. When it comes up, because you've already opened up your PBA, your social studies project, it really should be the first thing that you see. Okay. The second. Okay, so there it is right there. Third grade history marketplace. So all I have to do is click on it and it will come up. All right, so let's go back to our actual work. So on Thursday, when you open this up, that's today, hopefully today, you finish reading all of those directions. You've already watched the video. Now it's time for you to open up your project. So remember, you click right there on that blue paperclip. And when you click on the blue paperclip, it opens up right there and you click on that and it'll open up your project. Okay. Once your project opens up, it looks like this. Let's scroll all the way to the top. All right. Now, just to let you know, as you can see, there are 15 pages to this project. It doesn't mean we're typing on all 15 pages. Some are just pictures, some are directions, and some is the actual work. But you need to make sure that you pay attention to the numbers on the side so that you know what you're supposed to do and do not delete anything. Okay? All right. Now let's scroll down, and this is the title of it, title page, third grade history, performance-based assessment, second 9 weeks, 2020 through 2021, market day, student edition. Now, what you need to see is that right there it says student's name. You're supposed to double click inside that box. Now, once you double click inside that box, there's another box that you have to double click inside. Okay. Now, once you double click inside that, you need to type your name in. When you type your name in, the only thing that should be in that box is your first name and your last name. I don't want to see all of this stuff still in that box. Then, when you finish typing in your first name and last name, and that's the only thing that's in that box, you're going to click on Save and Close. Now, this doesn't close out your whole project; it just closes out that box. Okay. All right. Now we're going to scroll down, and now we'll be on page 2. Remember, our assignment that we have to do is page 4. So there's a lot of stuff that has to be read. So here's the goal, the role, the audience, the situation, the product, purpose, and essential vocabulary. So I'm going to read most of this, but not all, and let you be able to come back and read some things yourself. So the goal is to use various natural, capital, and human resources that are available to you to specialize in and produce a good. You will then make a commercial to advertise your product to sell. Ooh, so that's really it in a nutshell, boys and girls. We're going to make sure that within our project, we're using natural, capital, and human resources. Okay. We're going to try to find it. We're going to pick this product that we want to make, and then we're going to do a commercial about it. All right. The role, so we're pretending that you are a budding entrepreneur looking to start your own business. Entrepreneur, that's a person who has their own business. That's what an entrepreneur is. Basically, a person who has their own business and they're starting off their brand new business. You are going to be an entrepreneur and you're looking to start your own business. So you're also going to be the producer who's decided to make a good to sell. So not only do you have your own business, but you're also going to sell your own product. You're going to pretend to make a product. Now, it's like that little boy in the video. He's his own businessman. He has his own business, and he also makes a product. Your audience is me, your teacher, and your classmates. And the situation or the setting is that you're going to prepare for our market day. You're going to present a commercial persuading us to buy the product that you have created. These are the things that you're going to need to do, or we will have done by the time our project is finished. We would have worked on a market day planner, 1. 2, we would have worked on the market day product. Okay. 3, we would have worked on the market day paragraph. And 4, we would have worked on the market day commercial. Okay. So we have to do a planner, a product, a paragraph, and a commercial. Now, if you don't remember what those words like goods and services, specialization, capital resources, if you don't remember what those words mean, remember you can always go back to social studies in week 12 and week 13 to review, even earlier this week. Okay? You can go back and look at the videos and that will help you. But more importantly and more simply, you have the vocabulary right here on page 2. All right. Then we have the standards of learning. Those are just the things that the teachers look at. All right. Now, this says we're on page 3. Page 3 is a page that you're going to come back to every time you have to do a particular section, whether it's the planner, the product, the paragraph, or the commercial. You need to look at this page, page 3, before you start, because it's going to tell you all the things that you're supposed to have. Then when you finish that section, you need to come back to page 3 and make sure that you have all of these things in each group. Okay. So today and tomorrow, we're working on the market day planner. We're going to do this over 2 days. All right. We're going to do this we'll do page 4 over 2 days, and we'll come back and finish page 5 next week. All right. So we have a market day planner. your market day product. This tells you all the things that you're supposed to have. Your market day paragraph, all the things that must be in that paragraph. And then the market day commercial, which gives you an explanation of what the commercial is supposed to look like. Okay. So now let's actually scroll down to page 4. So this is page 4. How do I know it's page 4? I can take my arrow and come over closer to the side. And when I come close to the side, it tells me that I'm on page 4 of 15. Okay. Now, our directions are to double click inside each box and type our response. When we finish typing the response, we're going to click save and close. So we will be finished with that box. And then we double click to open this box, type in what we need. Then we click save and close. Now, save and close does not mean this button up there. That is not a button that we will even be touching until sometime next week. Remember, whenever we're finished working on this, we simply go up and X out. That will get rid of it, okay, for the day and send it right back to our Google Drive. So, your business idea. Now, I want to be honest with you. This says after viewing the resources available to you, what good is your group going to produce? Now, Ms. Young did not type this, but I need you to listen very carefully. One, you're not working in a group, so nix that. And two, you haven't been given a list of resources. So, right here, I simply want you to say what product you think you would like to produce. So, let's just say, I want to make pumpkin flavored lollipops. All right, so I would type right in here pumpkin flavored lollipops. How do I type in? Remember, the directions says double click, 1, 2. It opens it up, and then I can type in what I want to do. Okay, I'm going to make, pumpkin flavored lollipops. Then when I finish, I click save and close, and that would show back up in my paper. Okay, now the next thing is resources. What natural resources do you need to produce your good? Well, since I'm making pumpkin flavored lollipops, then my natural resource, the thing from my product that comes from nature, would be the pumpkin itself. Now, the little boy who was making a clothing item, he was making a tie. The natural resource that he needs in order to produce his goods, something that comes from nature. Well, we know our clothes don't grow on trees, but the wool that we need for our clothes comes from sheep. The cotton that we use for our clothes comes from the cotton plant. So if your product is something that's clothing, it does come from nature, but you have to figure out, where does it come from? Does it come from the cotton plant? Does it come from the silkworm? Does it come from a lamb? Does it come from the skin of a cow, maybe? Because if you have leather, that's where that's coming from. So you would have to think that through, and you would type that in there. All right. Let's see, and I'll scroll down a little bit more. The next thing is asking us, what product will you choose to use your time and resources to create? Okay, we're specializing in. So simply right here, what you're going to be doing is you're going to also, I think this got moved by accident. You're going to basically retype in what your product is. Okay, because that's what you're specializing in. Your next box says, what is your human resource? What human resource do you need to produce your good? So basically, this is what people would need to be involved, what workers would need to be involved in order for you to make your product. Now, for that little boy in the video, you're going to notice that he needed someone who was going to sew. Okay, so he had sewers, and then someone's got to sell the products. Now, I'm making pumpkin flavored lollipops, so I'm going to need some factory workers. I'm going to need some candy workers. I'm going to need some people that wrap it. I'm going to need some people that can type out the print out the wrapper. I'm going to need some artists. I'm going to need some people to help me. Okay, so those would be the human resources I would type in. Then down here where it says business name, excuse me, I double clicked too fast, where it says business name, come up with a creative name for your business. Okay. So I'm not just going to say, oh, I'm going to make Young's pumpkin lollipops. I may say, pucker up lollipops or la la lollies. Just come up with a very creative name for your business. Then the next thing says, what capital resource do you need to produce your goods? Now, if you don't remember what a capital resource is, then remember you need to scroll all the way back up so that you can see what a capital resource is. That way you have no reason to put something wrong down. Okay, so if it says capital resources are goods made by people and used to produce other goods and services, basically they're just tools. Okay, the tools and the machines that you need. All right, tools and machines that you would need to produce your goods. So I know if I'm making the lollipops, the pumpkin flavored lollipops, I'm going to need probably a lollipop mold. I'm going to need the pan that I can pour things in. I'm going to need a mixer. I'm going to need the cardboard sticks. I'm going to need wrappers. These are all the tools and things that I need, okay, in order to produce my good. All right, so let's scroll down. And the next thing is this economic choice. After choosing the resource available to you, what economic choices were made? Again, as like I said earlier, you have not been given a choice of things that you wanted to use. Okay. So you can just say, you can list your resources here that you used. You can repeat. Okay. Listen very carefully in this box right here. Just repeat what you already said about your human resources, your natural resources, and your capital resources. Those are the ones that you chose. You cannot fill in the opportunity cost because you weren't given a choice. Okay. You didn't have to choose between anything and you didn't give anything up. So in this particular box, we're just going to leave that one blank and I'm going to go ahead and type it in, leave blank. Okay. So hopefully when I type that in, leave blank, it'll show up like that when you open up yours. Okay. So I double clicked, it's opening. So let me show you what it looks like. Come here. Let's see if it will let me type in. Well, hopefully you'll have a whole lot more success on yours than mine. And maybe it's not letting me type in because I'm the teacher. It doesn't want me to mess up your work. Oh, there it is. Leave blank. Okay, boys and girls. So clearly that's what's going to happen if you don't click save. It won't save. So make sure that you click save when you're working and you finish typing in stuff. Okay, so that's what you're going to be working on for Thursday and Friday. I'm going to try it again. What you're going to be working on for Thursday and Friday is page 4 of your market day planner. Okay. Now we come back on Wednesday, not come back on Monday, excuse me. We come back on Monday, then we'll do the next page of this, which will actually be the drawing. All right, let's see. I'm going to click save and close and see if that'll work now. Ooh, who knows? Okay, so again, for today, what you have to do is click up there. You're going to listen to the video. Then once you listen to the video, click on the blue paper clip. That should get you into the actual project. Make sure that you go over everything again. You are working on page 4, and that is the only page that you are working on. You're working on page 4. Remember to double click, type stuff in, then you're going to save it. Okay, you're going to double click, type stuff in, double click inside each box, type your response, click save and close when you're finished, and go on. Okay, again, remember you're not working in a group. You don't have any resources that have been given to you, so you need to come up with your own idea and just go ahead and type things in. Okay, so I will be checking Friday to make sure that you have finished both of these. So when we start off on Monday, we're starting off with page 5 and we're moving